Welcome to Football Analysis. Ruben Amorim has become one of the most coveted coaches in Europe due to his success with Sporting. The young coach plays an exciting brand of football based on organised pressing and quick attacks that we wouldn't usually associate with a 3-4-3. This summer could see Amorim make the switch to manage a club outside of the Primera Liga. This video is a tactical analysis of Sporting's recent game against Arsenal in the Europa League. Sporting build up from deep. In the build-up, the three centre-backs remain deep, level with the goalkeeper, who will act as a fourth defender once the ball is played. This allows the wing-back on the right side to push up slightly further than the one on the left, causing an asymmetrical shape. The right will usually become the ball side, as they have a greater number of players on this side. The two centre midfielders don't operate parallel to each other in the first phase. Ugarte is the one who will remain deeper and operate as a single pivot, while the more creative Goncalves will take up a more advanced position, which will benefit the wide attackers that we will discuss later. The position of Ugarte as the pivot allows any one of the centre-backs to carry the ball out of defence and into the midfield. Alternatively, if the opposition are not pressing high, it can see Sporting have an extra man in the midfield alongside Ugarte. When Sporting have been able to attract a high press, they will look to get the ball forward quickly in the space behind the opposition, which has been created by attracting the press and playing quickly. This sees Sporting with a possible 3 versus 3. However, this pass wasn't quick or accurate enough. This tactic of overloading one side in the first phase is not limited to the right, but also the left. The position of the deeper midfielder Ugarte has pulled an Arsenal midfielder to him. Also, the wide attacker Edwards is operating in the half spaces, and this has created some space for Goncalves in the advanced position. This sees him with time to play a pass to Edwards, who has been able to get away from his marker. As we said before, Goncalves likes to operate between the lines in more advanced areas, and this sometimes sees Sporting have a 3-1-5-1 formation, with the two wide attackers dropping into the midfield and creating an overload. This has a benefit for the wingbacks, who now have more space to advance. Although Sporting press with a narrow front 3 or 4 in periods of possession, the team like to utilise the width of the pitch with their wingbacks. This will see Sporting's wide attackers take up positions in the half spaces. If the opposition defend with a back 5, Goncalves can also take up a position between the centre-back and full-back. Here, Diomande has taken up a space as a double pivot, and this could see Arsenal reluctant to press the defenders because they would leave the central areas exposed. However, Diomande then takes up his regular starting position in the box. This pushes the centre-back out wider, and the wing-back, Escau, is in space on the right. But moments later he has moved infield to cover Martinelli, as Sporting overload the central areas. From this, the ball breaks to Goncalves to score a spectacular goal from just inside Arsenal's half. Sporting's impressive pressing. One of the most impressive aspects of Ruben Amorim's team is their pressing. Sporting will press with the front 3 very narrow, as they try to prevent the ball being played into central areas. Sporting will have 5 players pressing and 5 players back defending. Goncalves picks up the opposition's pivot. In this match, it leaves one midfielder free. They will then use curve runs in order to force the opposition down one side of the pitch. This will be the side that has a free player. The wing-back on that side will then close them down quickly, using the touchline as a defender. By using this strategy, they were able to press Arsenal into passing back to the keeper. I think this game Arsenal were very wary of this and tried to play through this, but still lost the ball on many occasions. They forced Arsenal over to the left by using their cover shadows to block off passing back to the right channel. As soon as the wide player receives the ball, he is closed down by Sporting's wingback. With the touchline on one side, he has no choice but to come infield, where he is pressed by Sporting players and Sporting win the ball back. The wide attackers are blocking off a return pass to the centre-back, and the centre midfielder is ready to press Vieira when he gets the ball, and it's another recovery from Sporting. This pressing forces the goalkeeper into a longer, less accurate pass that goes out of play and Sporting wing-back possession in Arsenal's half. In the attacking phase, the whole team can press up, forming a very tight formation and making it difficult for the opposition to gain possession. The centre midfielders provide a solid base, while the wide attackers operate in the half spaces and link up with the wing-backs. This high line though can leave them vulnerable to counter-attacks, which was evident in Arsenal's goal. So what about Ruben Amorim? With so many key players having departed the club over recent years, Ruben Amorim has done a fantastic job using the resources that he has at his disposal. If Sporting were to go on and win the Europa League, bigger clubs would certainly come calling much more urgently than they already are. We have seen how organised pressing can be a lethal weapon, and Juventus will be very wary.